clock is broken, never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open, unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken, never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. We know we are brighter than all the stars. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. We make the rules, break them when we want to. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever.
Babe, show me what you like. Hey, I put money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this in all white fit, looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. He wanna hear a little Spanish in it. I told him it ain't practice it. I'm about to fill me up with Spanish. Rock up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event in boxing and it has the time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position, I'm about to get it. Now ain't no one about to block the hit cause someday I'm gonna find someone to tell me I'm someone doing alright. Somewhere I'll find out someone is somebody that one day will be the love of my life, but not tonight though. Hey, I'm only here for a minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent, and I know you gotta like a girl that's this appealing. Get you caught up in the moment, then I'll get you in your feelings. Tell your boys that you gon' meet them later on. Both of us are so taxi, leave the meter on. First time you out in Cali, never tried no this strong, so you gon' have some stories to tell when you take it back home and tell them one time, Snowy always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling, get you gotta go. I got a flight up in the morning on someday come along, someone to tell me I'm someone doing alright. Somewhere I'll find out someone is somebody that one day will be the love of my life, but not tonight though.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Chargers going up against the Bengals. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Diego Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals. One man on the backfield is Gordon. He'll get the football here. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Here we go. Green.
Now Gordon, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well. But I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, second to last in the entire NFL.
Cut his left. Cut his left. 3 down. 3 down. Hurry up. Here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Wide, 20.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jeremy Hill, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The starting lineup for the Chargers of San Diego. Who are we discussing out of this unit, Charles?
A big guy out of Arkansas, their tight end, a second-round pick, Hunter Henry. Many people have a first-round grade on him. Plays the best tight end coming out of the draft. Has the ability to get down the middle of the field, get into the seams, and knows how to find dead space against the defense and create plays.
This is Gordon on the dump off. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time. And it paid off on that play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And while we have a moment, let's meet the starters defensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And they wanted to update and beef up their secondary, and they did that with their first-round selection. William Jackson III out of Houston has speed, good eyes in the secondary, and is aggressive on the corner.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So we've got encroachment, and that's a free 5 yards.
Too easy for the offense. A bit of impatience by the defense on that one.
it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And here are the starters. Charles, what are your thoughts on Jeremy Hill?
He provides a thump in this offense. A great runner who goes inside and establishes a tone for his team.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6.
14, he's going deep. Get him, get him. Single.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll come out in the pistol.
Dagger. Tighten up. Zebra. Check 99. Check 99.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And Dalton to throw. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
Watch left. Tight end to the left,
They come out here in the eye. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Ready. Zebra. You got tight. Hey. 380.
Again, it's Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Watch left. Watch the run. Set. 380. No. Check that. We're going to like 50 right here.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got time. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Double tight. 3 down.
1 man in the backfield is Gordon. Trying to shake off the... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
Back with two receivers left, two to the right. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here we go now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis. On fourth down, it's Drew Kaiser on to kick it away for San Diego. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bengals getting set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Eight yards to go here on second down. Another pistol look here. Second down, Dalton. Completes it over the middle to Floyd. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he gets his receiver hit and hit hard.
And Dalton hands to Hill. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go. What? 90.
And out of the Wildcat, it's Hill. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Zebra, blue 10. Zebra, dagger. Check your back, check your back. Hut.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That was a big conversion there on third down, and I remember playing, and all the time on the sidelines, you hear a coach calling for the punt team to get ready on third down because he can't call for it on fourth down. It's too late getting on the field. So a lot of times you're lining up, and the offense can see you lining up. Occasionally it serves as motivation for them. I'm not letting these guys back out here. I want to keep the ball in offense, and that's exactly what they did.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Take left. No. 3 down. Bang! Wide, 20. What?
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Able to find Floyd. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
3 down, 3 down. Set, 3, zebra. Rush in. Zebra.
Hill, the lone setback. Now Dalton looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Ready, blue 10.
Dalton with a give to Hill. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
We got 3. Set, 380.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And his throw here's incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Set, blue 10. Dagger.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. It's Floyd on the right. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think you just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Hunter Henry brings it in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Set, blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Fighting through. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Green 39. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for a San Diego first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five. Let's go. Tight ends on Lucy. Tight ends
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And that's just an athletic defender making an athletic play.
Excellent read, too, by the defender. Noticed the route, jumped to the point, and knocked it away.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Now a play fake here on first down. Henry's got it out on the left side. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
One receiver left, that's Allen. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Over! Back at it up, Charlie. Here we go. All right, here we go. Back at Leopard. Hot.
He'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up make those plays, but the nose tackle. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Set 380. 380. Hey, twist. Watch the twist. Set 380.
Dalton throwing on second down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2nd and just 1. They come up into the offset eye.
380.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Hey, we got tight right.
They come out here in the eye.
Wide 20. Zebra. Check nickel. Set 380. 380.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And some room to maneuver. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shift together here from the D-line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second down now after the pass completion.
Hey, guys, check me out. Blue 10. Dagger 20.
They come up in an offset eye. On second down, Hill. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure you just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
And Eifert has it. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Second down, Dalton. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. And this is caught at the 8. A good pickup there, a 22. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Switch. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52. Zebra. Check 9.
Play clock winding down.
Ready. Watch.
They try to pound it in with Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want 2.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And from the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. This is Hill. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
380. 52's the mic, boys. 52.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there for San Diego. 42 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, the receiver won in a big way. A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Second down following the incompletion. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, up and over. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
But
and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Ready! 380! 380! Zebra!
The play fake to Hill. Dalton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Set, ride, 20!
Hey, Mike 52! Mike 52!
Zebra!
Watch safety creep! Watch safety creeping!
Dagger!
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
They look to throw on third with Dalton. And over the middle, and it's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
It fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Hey, blue 10! Blue 10!
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Third down and 12.
Strong left. Strong left.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
552.
Ace! Ace!
Watch the shift.
Zebra! Zebra!
Time running out here on the play clock. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Now fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field, and they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Back now in Cincinnati. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Hey, you got 3.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Stop right there.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, Why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Smith catches left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
2 yards to go here on third down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jelani Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Surveying the field. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Hey, blue 10.
Right there.
Blue 10. Ace. Ace.
They come out here in the eye.
Dagger.
They'll need to get the play off quickly, and they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
20.
Dalton now to pass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The tight end C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. And it brings up 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. 40.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Devin Smith that time. And that'll bring up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll come out in the pistol. And second and 10. He'll look to throw again. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 36 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
Boy, that route's real tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Now Dalton with a first and 10. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Set 380. We got three. 380. Three down.
And again this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Here's Dalton. Looking middle, and that's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Play that tight, D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Ready. Blue 10. Blue 10. Zebra. Hot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And Brandon, is really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead. There's not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving and seal the win.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Big spot. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Denzel Perryman in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken around the 12. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now San Diego getting set to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. For the sideline, that's taken in by Allen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll stop it with 4 seconds showing on the clock. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Oh, no, he lost the football. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American